Reporting from Gen Con 2014, I'm here with Liz Spain, who is the designer of a newly released game. I believe this is a new release, and this game is called Incredible Expeditions. And Liz has agreed to tell us a little bit about her game. Thank you, Liz.
Sure. So Incredible Expeditions is a steampunk exploration game. It's a little bit 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea meets At the Mountains of Madness. So up to 5 players each play different expedition leaders who are gathering an expedition to be the first to complete a successful journey to Atlantis, which is trapped in the ancient ice of Antarctica. So the basics of the game is everyone has their own ship, and you use a deck building mechanic to gather the crew and the various resources you need for your ship to complete the journey. And on the way, so you build the board that you travel through, the world that you travel through, using various location cards that are nice, extra large tarot art, and each location has different effects, and at each location you face encounters, which can be anything from a fire on your ship, to your crew rebelling against you, to unspeakable horrors driving them insane and causing them to try to murder each other. You know, so normal sort of expedition things can happen.
Yeah. Well, only in interesting expeditions that stuff happens.
Yes.
What about the main mechanics, the main ideas behind the design, mechanically speaking?
Oh, absolutely. So, as I mentioned, there's a bit of a deck building mechanic, and that's how you gather the resources and build your ship. But it also goes into a resource management and exploration. So if you can look and see ahead what's going on, and heavy resource management, we have 3 different resources that we use in the game. Money, which is money, and then but we also have heroism, which represents your crew's willingness to sacrifice themselves, and skullduggery, my favorite.
Oh yeah, that's interesting. That's interesting.
Yes. And skullduggery is cunning and the ability to solve problems with explosives.
Now, can we take a look at the game in progress? This game seems very exciting. People are very excited, so we didn't want to bother them and ask them to interrupt the game so we could take a demo. But if you can point out to me the main areas of the board list and tell us a little bit about them.
Oh, sure.
The board of the player.
Yeah. So each player has their own player board, which represents their ship, and they can have up to 6 crew on their ship, which stay out from turn to turn, which stay in the crew cabins. So this player here, he's playing the Baroness Alexandra, the world-famous explorer, and seems to have chucked one of his crew, whoever was in cabin 2, into the volcano of the angry goddess to appease the goddess there. And at the volcano of the angry goddess is found the venom roses, deadly plants that he must figure out how to pick his way around.
Okay, he's got a plan, maybe?
So once a player defeats the number of encounters that each location requires, they're able to move forward, and the first player to complete all the encounters at the last location, Atlantis, wins the game.
Sounds good. Sounds very interesting. The art, it's pretty impressive. Is it photograph art?
There's some photography. So I use photography for the crew cards that you use, and a number of the resources, and a few of the encounters. I did the photography myself, but for the locations and the creatures in the game, I had a really hard time finding models for that.
Yeah.
So we went with a very painterly style of illustration. Art Nouveau was my inspiration for everything.
Yeah, I can see, and they're also miniatures, plastic miniatures, right?
Oh yes, oh yes. So one of the great things about doing a Kickstarter campaign is we were able to raise enough money to get actual miniatures made, a different one for each of the 5 different characters. Yeah.
Show it to the camera. Very detailed.
Yes. And they're 5 completely different steampunk ships. There's a submarine, 2 different kinds of airships, and 2 different kinds of
Can you show me another one, just to exemplify?
Yeah.
Alright, so 8, so that gets me to that one.
No, it's +5.
They are all both +5. So
nice.
That gets me to, and I can spend either one, so it doesn't have to be all 8 for one and all 8. No, it does have to be.
So it seems that unfortunately the game, while available, had some bureaucratic incident on the way, so it's not entirely available at Gen Con, even though it's available in general?
Yes, so basically we had 100 or so copies made, pre-release copies made by the factory and air freighted over to Gen Con. However, we rolled critical failures on our bureaucracy checks twice and got stopped not only in Shanghai, but also got stopped in Indianapolis, and we can't get our pallet until the day after the convention ends.
Okay, so the inspiration was Mountains of Madness, and now the sequel is the Gen Con of Madness.
Yes, you can say that.
So unfortunately people won't be able to get a copy here, but how can they get a copy after the convention?
Yeah, you can go to www.incredibleexpeditionsgame.com is our website and pre-order the game.
Sounds great. Thank you, Liz, for telling us about the game. Can you actually have a look at the box? This is the deluxe edition, and you can tell it does look good. It's a briefcase, so you can carry with you as you're going around the world exploring stuff. I like it. It seems like a very promising and exciting game to me. Again, thank you, Liz, for telling us about your game.
Thank you.